Hello everyone, my name is Kung Ducky. Today we're gonna play Museum of Sweet Potatoes. Well, why are we even playing this game? Well, it's because we really want to know what sweet potatoes is really all about. What is your one memory about sweet potatoes? Well, it goes a long way back. Back when I was still in Philippines, I ate this like really sweet potato, and I didn't really think it was like a sweet potato because potatoes by itself is really sweet. But if you add the word sweet potato behind the sweet potato, it's a potato but it's actually sweet. Anyways, yeah. And it's crazy to think about how some potatoes can be so sweet but yet so sweet. Alright, let's get into the game. And shall we? This. Wow! The Museum of Sweet Potatoes! Wee! I really like the texturing on the ceiling. It's got all the watermarks of the picture. A bowl of sweet potato. This is a bowl of sweet potato. Oh yes, I see. What does this bowl of sweet potatoes make me feel? It makes me think about how this amount of sweet potatoes really just show how much family is important. The reason why is because you cannot eat this bowl of sweet potatoes by yourself, which is kind of sad because you cannot eat that much unless you have the ability to. But if you add more people in partaking this delicious treat of sweet potatoes, you start to realize, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that there's people with me to eat this bowl of sweet potatoes. It really goes into like the mindset of the artist on how the color purple means royalty, and you know what's royalty? The royal family. That's why a family eats a bowl of sweet potatoes. Well, what a great piece of art. Ooh, a sweet potato hill, community oriented sweet potatoes by Hong Shu. Interesting. This reminds me back at California where I stayed. Because California was really known for its huge orchards of sweet potatoes. And it's quite amazing, honestly. Back when I just visited, California, right near the beaches, in this like golden sands with like the blue waves just crashing onto the sand. It makes me start to realize how much we take these sweet potatoes for granted. Although most of the sweet potatoes are still under the sand or under the ground, depends on which part of California you are in. You start to see these piles of sweet potatoes just uprooted by itself because as the sand starts to crash onto the sand, as the wave as the wave starts to crash onto the sand just displaces itself. It keeps going closer and closer to the water, and it just leaves behind these piles of sweet potatoes. So what does this mean to us? Well, my interpretation of this is that sweet potatoes, just like sand, is a measurement of time. These huge piles of sweet potatoes probably took like days to just pile up in that one spot in California. Anyways, let's go. Untitled Potato World. dimensions, manifestation of greed by potato sky, potato sky, potato, potato C, potato KSI. Hmm. From what I've seen, this huge wall of potatoes is how it's kind of like its own dimension of potatoes. Like if you think about it, if there was a huge world of just sweet potatoes, do you realize how much the world would benefit from such a dimension? Or in this case, dimensions? Think about it, right? Think about it. What if you have so many sweet potatoes in the world? You can feed everyone. You can feed all those people who are malnourished with the starchy, very good treat of sweet potatoes. And it's kind of crazy too how all these sweet potatoes are just defying gravity. All of them are just molding, melting into the ceiling. But most of them just won't fall. And it just shows the integrity of sweet potatoes. Magnificent. Sweet potato Steve Jobs ate before he died. And that's from Steve's son. Oh my goodness, Steve Jobs. Why did you have to leave the earth before finishing your sweet potato? It's quite unfortunate, Steve Jobs. It's not even one singular sweet potato. It's two separate sweet potatoes that you left on this earth. How could you do this, Steve Jobs? I would like everyone to just have a moment of silence for Steve Jobs. Alright, another moment of silence for this abandoned sweet potato left by Steve Jobs. Alright, now another moment of silence for the vile actions of Steve's son for not finishing this sweet potato that was left behind. Now just here preserved in this museum. Alright. Let us move on to this sweet potato museum. Questions I ask myself, made with sweet potato by Keith Haring. Well, what are some questions I ask myself about this sweet potato? Well, no matter how suggestive this triplet of a sweet potato, sweetlet, potatolet, this triad of sweet potatoes forming into almost akin to a male genitalia just shows you inquiries humans have for such a delicious sweet treat. And you start to wonder if sweet potatoes are so sweet, if it takes form like this, is dick itself sweet? Anyways, let's just move on. Untitled by Potato World. You know what? Hold on. Hold on a second. Okay, so alright now, Potato World. I am quite disappointed in your ways of titling your work. Because all your work so far just has no soul. Like, why are you posting your work without a title? For something that's named Potato World, you literally have no world revolving around yourself. Disgusting. Anyways. Look at this. Gourmet Collage by Andy Warhol. And it's a collection of gourmet potatoes. So what are these selections of? Oh my god. I didn't even eat it and I burped. It just shows how good this food are. Wow. We have a white plate, a red plate, and a green plate. Don't mind if I do. If you just see and observe what's in these plates, what you notice is that these sweet potatoes are in the center of this entire plate. It just shows how much of an important piece these sweet potatoes are. Although the steak is good, wonderful, wonderful meat. The rice is there, wonderful grains, and just mixed vegetables onto the side. It was great. But what really holds this entire dish all together, is the sweet potatoes. Okay, let's go. There's even more. Gourmet Collage by Andy Warhol. Oh my goodness. Just look at this wonderful sweet potato. Right. How many sweet potatoes do you see in this picture? There are 4 sweet potatoes that's on the plate, right? If you notice, 1, 2, 3, and then the skin of the sweet potatoes counts as one whole sweet potato. You might say, no, that's just 3 sweet potatoes. Nuh-uh. Quiet, you just don't get it. You're never gonna get it. You just won't. While you're eating this sweet potato, while you're eating this sweet potatoes, right? With these sweet potatoes, you can like scoop out the flesh of the sweet potato. So that one's first. Put the skin on the side, and then pick this one up, scoop it again. And just put it back on the table, and then this one whole sweet potato, you don't separate it from the skin. You eat the skin and the flesh as one piece. So just once you're like completely devoured the entire thing, you're left with just the skins of sweet potatoes. And that counts as like one sweet potato. Oh my goodness! Yahoo! Don't even get me started on these sweet potato bites. Heaven and Hell, Duality of Sweet Potatoes by Hong Shi. Do you ever think whether you're going to heaven or hell? Would you rather eat a big sweet potato or a small sweet potato? Well, you see, after we die, there's 2 choices. Not really 2 choices, because the place you're going to is already decided how you live this earth. But what matters is the outcome right now. Would you rather eat a big sweet potato or a small sweet potato? Of course, a large sweet potato. Think about it. When we die, there's 2 directions that we go to: heaven or hell. They're basically on the same plane where we're going to in the afterlife. It's kind of like how there's United States of America and then like Mexico, right? I'm not saying which is heaven, which is or hell. Let's just go to North America, Brazil. I'm not saying anything about which one's heaven or hell. But I'm just saying that heaven and hell is just these two places, right? And most fiction and media say that heaven is like a step above from hell, right? And then you can see this from how Tom from Tom and Jerry, when he dies, right? He uses an escalator going up to heaven, but then I think he just falls down to hell. Well, that's kind of like saying which one has a higher elevation, United States or Mexico? Well, guess what? They're the same place, right? But what matters here is that if you lived in the intention of like going to heaven, if you live in the way that makes you go to heaven, you're getting a big sweet potato, or you're going to heaven. But if you live in a way or have the belief that makes you go to hell, you're getting a small sweet potato. And if you really think about it, there's probably a lot more people that's going to hell than heaven. And as you can see from the amounts of large sweet potatoes and many sweet potatoes, you start to realize this is what it means. Well, the majority of those going to hell are right here. You see the large ones, those going to heaven in this big aisle right here. So I ask you again, are you gonna get a big sweet potato or a small sweet potato? Sorry. See, sweet potatoes really hit so much close to home. Oh, goodness. Wonderful. We all came from here. Shit. We were once born fuck you. Sweet potato orgy by Potatology. May 29, 2007. Oh, sorry. I almost got a little excited there. There is one race. We are all sweet potatoes by John Lennon. potato nutritions. A lot of vitamins by herbicides. Eat sweet potatoes. I guess that's it. We are we are all sweet potatoes. I hope you hit that like and subscribe. Let's see where you going. You are. You are not a sweet potato. Bye. What a dumbass freaking video this.